hero, 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 hero. I wanna be a hero, hero. Oh, the hero comes.
Hello there today. This is the Doctor with another piece of shit guide. The whole point of this guide, not necessarily really a guide, I am more going to walk through on how I am healing this on the Astro class and answer any questions if I can. Before I get into any of this is just a disclaimer. Anything I say and or do in here is my own personal opinion. Everything else, other people have other strats that it might be better, might be worse, but it works for them. At the end of the day, what matters is that you are doing what works best for you and your group. This is not a end-all be-all guide to healing this on Astro. I was by no means anywhere near one of the first groups to clear it. I didn't clear it till the 4th week, thanks to multiple reasons, group stuff, FanFest stuff, etc., etc. But now that it is cleared, it is on farm. I am here to give a quick little walkthrough on how I'm healing this and why I am doing what I am doing. So, with that being said, let's get started. Something that I have found that I have gotten really fond of doing on my poles here is my luminous aether on the pole. Now, I realize that I am running with a Paladin Monk standard group here in A12, and I know that Dark Knight is technically better for the fight, and so some of the strats that we are doing here, especially here on the pole, are exclusive to Paladin. I have heard that you can have the Warrior pole, and his self-heals along with the regen is enough to get done what we do here. So with A12, using the Luminous Aether on pole, it really helps it align very nicely for the rest of the fight of where you're going to need it up at.
Spear. Bowl.
You see I do Aether, pot, card, extend everything. So now I have my 25-second pot.
Tank Buster.
I have a regen on him. He hollow grounds the first tank buster, allowing me to get the full time out of my pot in here. I do clip my dots a little bit as I move in. As you can see, that's because so I can get in position to start healing my guy. My Scholar and I split this up. I take top, he takes bottom.
Spire.
Now I collective right there. I like to get the extra regen on people. Plus for the first
Spire
damage going out. Swift cast. Then I immediately back into Cleric Stance again. Or should be. But I'm a baddie and I started DPSing without doing Cleric Stance. You'll see here in a second where I hit Cleric Stance thinking I was in Cleric Stance. Oh, there we go. Now I'm healing Cleric Stance. What the hell am I doing? Oh shit, okay, alright, no, we're good. We're
Tank
good.
Buster.
Alright. So. Coming in here, I put a regen on both tanks.
Balance.
I normally try to get off 2 gravities. With recent gear upgrades, I think next week I'm going to try for 3, but for right now, just the 2. I use Sinistry right here, so I put up a regen with the Sinistry buff on it, and then it's just back to DPSing. My Scholar deploys, which it doesn't always hit everyone. Just the issue that we have run into quite a bit here.
Balance.
Healing this part right here, I pop light speed if I have to. So let's say we got that crit ad though, everybody got hit, then I won't have to pop light speed there. But if nobody got hit or we didn't get crit ad though, I pop light speed there just because it's kind of a bit of a mess healing through there. As you see, we're gonna come back through here. Everybody's so spread out, and that is one thing coming in here. These 2 didn't get hit by the Adlo. These 3 didn't get hit by the Adlo. Pop light speed because I had to heal people back here. I'm healing people back here.
Spear.
We hit, now we're moving over here. This allows me
Balance.
to keep healing while I'm moving with the group. Not to mention saving MP on the heals. I'm probably overhealing the fuck out of that. Oops, my bad, sorry, not sorry. This is something that I've recently started doing. I'm still working on it. But throw a regen on him right here. Collective to get a secondary regen. Let it stay on him for that first hit. Now you see I had my mana come back up, and so that extends both dots right there. This is something that I don't feel like I do very well.
Balance.
I don't feel like my group, or not my group, me personally, I don't feel like I'm getting as much DPS out right here as I can. Going back in here as well, I heal the paladin, the scholar heals the warrior. Could I probably solo heal if I saved Sinistry and Lightspeed and did a bunch of fancy shit? Yeah. But it's not needed.
Balance.
It really isn't. You have two healers. May as well utilize them. Beyond that, as you see, Scholar was in out of Cleric stance, allowing healing using his fairy. The warrior has mad self-regen, so. Now, because I use Collective here, it's not going to be up for the tank LB, which is fine, it's not necessary. DPS, it did. Alright. So, tank pops LB. I'm still shuffling my cards. Right now I have an extended balance on deck. Not ideal. Now I'm hoping for the spread.
Spear.
No spread.
Balance.
And with balance, I'm gonna give it to my top 2 DPS. Right here is just more DPS type. Temporal stasis, we go to our assigned spots for the spot. Pause. Okay. Alright, now, notice I used my mana regen right here. This is because when you're in temporal stasis, your buffs they stay where they are. They stay at there. But you're still gaining mana back. Your dots, however, they do tick down on the boss. So while I put my dots up and do a couple malefics, I try to refresh my dots as I'm moving to my position. I'm not really getting into the strategy of what positions we're going where, who goes where for what. There's a couple different ways to do it. So whatever way your group's having to do that, what I'm saying here is try and keep your dots refreshed as quickly as best you can for when temporal stasis starts. So that way you get a full effect of them ticking down during the frozen time.
Plus sign.
Alright. So here you have one of two things. You either have the plus sign, radiant, or not radiant, the sacrament. Get into position. Or you're going to have radiant sacrament where you have to stack in the boss. So right here we have the plus sign. You have the Mega Holy coming up right after this.
Arrow.
Don't worry too much about your party right here.
Tank Buster.
You could be having a big old tank buster disabled. Tank buster, then cleave. Alright, DPSing again. This is another thing where again I'm putting my dots up before I go into temporal stasis. Now, since that first one was the plus sign, we know the next one's going to be the Radiant Sacrament, where you have to stack inside of it. As long as everybody's going to the outside, you're going to have that narrow little path going to the center. So right here, again, I'll pop light speed and start healing the group up. I like to try and use collective right there. Doesn't always
Balance.
work. Not everybody stands in it. Cough range.
Tank Buster.
Alright, so yeah, heal through the Tank Buster again. Coming up next, we are going to have Time Gate. We send the Astro in. I think it's pretty common practice to send the Astro or the White Mage in. The way this ad works right here, he's doing, I believe, 85% of your health.
Spire.
So, as you see right here, I actually have a very large health pool, which I can back down off of why it's this high. Originally, all my accessories but one are still crafted accessories, so they still have the Vit melts I put in them from day one, with the expectancy of, hey, I'm gonna need Vit. Eventually, those are gonna be changed out and swapped out, and my health pool will drop back down a bit. So coming into here, I put regens on everybody that was going in. For this one, we sent in the Bard, the Ninja, and the Warrior. We were sending in both melee, but with the Monk, we decided it might behoove us to send in the Bard over the Monk, so the Monk can get more uptime on the boss. So coming in here, regens on myself. You want to immediately start doing something. You have to get his attention, or else he does a little fuckery. I know I'm sure there's probably a word for it, but this is a piece of shit guide, so I'm a piece of shit, so I'm just gonna call it his fuckery. Going into here, I put my dots up. I throw a Malefic. Get rid of Cleric, start healing myself. Alright. So I try to align myself to have a Benefic 2 hitting as the damage is hitting, and then I use Benefic 1s before then. This is because I am trying to fish for that Benefic 2 proc for that crit. I do pop Luminous here, and I'll extend it as well. This can get rather mana intensive. I didn't have a regen put on me because I believe the run before this, I went to go put a regen on myself and it fucked up my GCDs and I ended up dying. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna burn through it. So while you're inside here, you have a lot of time to be drawing cards. As you see, I'm coming out of here with a balanced spread. You're gonna want to resist the urge to immediately pop that when you get out.
Oh, you're there. Okay.
And I will tell you why here in a second.
That's alright, I forgot that.
Alright, coming out. These guys are here still alive. I do a quick AoE regen. I miss some people. Not that important. We do our LB3. Now, something to also remember, if you're going into the time gate, you had the boss focus targeted beforehand. When you come out, he's not going to be focus targeted anymore. Alright, AoE. Run to our side. Alright, now how I saved that balance spread, I saved it for right here. We are all coming in.
Spear.
Now everybody's here.
Tank Buster.
And there's a lot more uptime on the boss for this, so get the full effect of that balance. On the 6. Now our tank stands in the middle. Mind you, you can throw out your dots, you can start DPSing a little bit, but you are going to have a tank buster right here. You got to heal through. On the 6. Okay, so tank stands in the middle, we stand on his 6. Gravitational anomalies go out. This way we can move to the middle, and the DPS and the melee DPS, most importantly, can keep their uptime on the boss. And we are back to DPSing and healing. run away with your group.
Spire.
Oh no, the Bard was too close to the AoE damage. He got murked out. Run back in. You are going to have another tank buster here.
Tank Buster.
Heal through it. I overhealed. Thank you for that 19.8k fucking crit. Alright, now we're back to DPSing. Gravitational anomalies come out. Put my dots up. Move to the center. Now, while I'll agree and I will say that, you know, learn the fight, do the best you can, keep everybody healed. You can't progress if your people are dead. But the hardest part of this fight is the last 20 to 15%. The less time you have to spend in that area, the better. You want to minimize the amount of time that you are spending in this final phase here because it requires a lot of coordination amongst your tanks, your DPS, your healers. Personally, I find it super annoying. But, yeah, you just have to get through it. So, that being said, while you shouldn't be always prioritizing your own DPS, your DPS does matter. You really want to be, your group DPS, your personal DPS, you guys want to be pushing this.
Spear.
Alright, now we are getting to the fuckery puddles.
Ewer.
As you see here, I'll just hitting absolute cards. Through AoE regen, and I'm bringing my dots back up to keep on DPSing. Now the two melee, they soaked first, they came back in here to soak this with me and the other healer.
Spire.
Big raid-wide AoE damage here, this has to be
Ewer.
mitigated. Sacred Soil, Path, Sucker. I was a piece of shit who didn't put Disable up. Alright, Tank Buster, he hollow grounds it. Warrior provokes. But I have the AoE regen up on people, I'm just DPSing. Pop out Clerics, put regen on him. AoE heal.
I have the community health.
Alright, so
What?
depending on where your DPS is at, you should be about to push this. If not, what your DPS did for the first puddles, they're going to have to do again, except for now you are balancing Sacrament with Earthshaker puddles that like to fuck you.
Sign.
After
So,
the sacrament is right inside my.
at this point, it was fuck it, DPS, kill him, and GG. So, otherwise, you're going to handle that phase the exact same way you handled it the first time as a healer. Same healing, same mitigation, everything. You just can't stand in the Earthshaker puddles and your DPS have to not be bad. Once again, I fully admit this is an absolutely terrible guide. The video quality is super low. I personally wouldn't even watch this, but I make them. I know there's at least one person out there that benefits from them, so here that is. If you guys have any questions, comments, and or concerns, please leave a comment on the video below. Otherwise, have yourselves a bloody good day. I don't know why I said bloody, I'm not fucking British.